Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you see my presentation? It's viewable. My presentation is viewable or? It's okay. So now let's start with our presentation. Okay. Actually, this is about, I have to introduce myself. I'm Ahmad Bashir, a mentor and a trainer for .NET applications and all. So working as a teacher in programming for over 30 years and experience developer. Actually, I'm not at, not a, what you call, I can't speak Sinhala fluently, but I can manage your questions and all these things. So we can come to our subject. So this is about real world web application development course. It's a training program. Actually, we are doing from beginning to start, from start to end, to develop web-based applications on .NET. So about our institution, we have started in 2015 as a limited liability companies. The purpose of our training institution to provide software development for students and undergraduates and professionals. We have already organized boot camps, coding challenges, and various educational programs, and also successfully train and place hundreds of graduates and professionals since 2015. Also, we have partnered with a number of leading software companies. We have already placed our students there. Still, most of them are working in the software industry now. So if you have any questions and all these things while doing this presentation, you can message me in the chat box. It's already open. And let's see, why learn with us? There are so many online tutorials and everything is there, but why you have to learn with us? I have to tell you, because we are offering online training focus on a specific skills, like you can't find a complete application development modules on anywhere in the .NET on the internet. Yeah, also we are consulting or we are mentoring every participant of the program, and also we have we train all aspects of software development, and also we have track record of past students, participants who have work in the software industries. And we also prioritize the ranges of learners, welcome a diverse range of learners. And we have a strong partnership with to provide more opportunities. We have software companies. We have partnered with software companies. So if we are IT graduates and learning from us, you can get the training from other companies also. And if you are new to .NET programs, we will teach from the beginning deep into in C# programming, the .NET platform. Okay. So for this program, web application development in .NET programs, we have a prerequisites. You need some basic requirements to do this training. Programming backgrounds, we don't need the programming background because we are starting from the beginning. So no need of programming knowledge. So if you have a programming knowledge, no problem. So it will help you to understand clearly. About the system requirements, you should have a computer with an internet connection, active internet connection. It should meet the requirements to install Windows 10, I think, or .NET 8 will work only in Windows 10. And as well as you need Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio 2022, and also .NET. And there's other tools we'll be using on this course. What are the topics we have to check? What are the topics we are going to cover on this program, in this training program? Essential of C# program. We will teach you all the programming, like in C#. We'll learn the basics of the C#, effective coding structuring. How we'll teach you how you code in a structured way, and also we'll teach you the object-oriented programming concepts and solid principles. And also there is a design patterns. The C# design patterns will teach you in whatever required for this this training. There are many design patterns. We can't teach you this is only a 4 months training program, so we can't teach you all design pattern here. But for whatever needed in this course, training course, we'll teach you. And the second module will be web development basics. We'll learn basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, because this is the web development based on .NET Blazor. So we don't need that much of knowledge on HTML, CSS, because it's sort of purely worked on C# code. So we'll build an interactive web application with a Blazor framework. The other one is we will learn Git or Git and GitHub. Also the API with ASP.NET Web API. This is about it's a communication interface between the backend and the front end of the web applications. The other one is data management with Entity Framework Core and DEPR. These are the object module, ORM tools. ORM tools means object relational mapping tools, where I will learn Entity Framework Core and data handling with DEPRs. And there's a Fluent API and annotations, integrating SQL Server and the security. And also we'll cover unit testing for code readability. We'll teach you the basics of X unit testing. And finally, in this program, the 4 months training program, the final last module will be the practical application, project application. We will complete from start to end developing web applications. So by the end of this course, you'll have the skills to create modern web applications. So now we can start about the introduction about this .NET programs. .NET. What is .NET? .NET actually .NET is a free and open source developer platform. .NET is a developer platform. It was actually started by Microsoft, but it's sorry, it's open source. Open source mean Microsoft already have independent open source foundation, so they have given this .NET as an open source platform. So it's completely free, and we can use it anytime. And also, it is a cross-platform framework. Cross-platform mean it will work on any device. Like let's say, once you develop a application, it can work on mobile applications. It will work on mobile phones and web desktop or Linux or any other devices. So it's a cross-platform. And also you can build many different type of apps and cloud services. Not only with .NET, not only you can develop application, you can develop services like API and all these things. You can develop services. The other one is you can use multiple languages. In .NET, there are around 72 languages are supported by .NET, but when they develop .NET framework, they have developed C# also. The C# is the language for .NET. So if you know C#, you can easily develop .NET applications. So there is editors and libraries for .NET. There are special the Visual Code is specially designed for .NET. And there is a libraries. So lots of libraries, or hundreds of 100,000, over 100,000 libraries are there to develop .NET applications. So if you have anything, you can ask finally the questions. Okay. The other one is you can, as I said, by using .NET, you can build a web application, mobile application, desktop application. Even you can develop games, IoT, and many more. There are a lot of services you can write by using .NET. So why we use .NET? As I said, it's you can build many type of apps in the .NET. Build apps faster because it's in a single code base. The .NET is a single code base. Single code means in the sense you can create an application by using .NET and C# it will work on any devices. Like only one code we write, but it will work for any device. Like if you write a code in a desktop, you can work it the same code. You can deploy it for um, uh, web applications or mobile application or cloud. So this is the main reason why we use .NET these days. The other one is there are application models built on top of base libraries. There's a base libraries there. From the base library, you can develop many applications. And also, there is an active developer community on Stackflow. You know about the Stackflow. Stackflow is the helping community on the website on the internet. So there is an active community on Stackflow where you can ask many questions regarding this .NET. So the application models what we can develop by using .NET is web application, mobile application, then desktop microservices, then the cloud application services, machine learning, game development, also Internet of Things, IoT, you can do these things. So the tools that we need to develop, if you need to develop .NET, there are tools you need to know. One is .NET Visual Studio offers robust .NET development experience across Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So if you want to develop a web application, or any .NET application, there is a tool for this that is we call a Visual Studio. Visual Studio offers for Windows and Linux and Mac OS. The other one is Visual Studio Market features. This has more extension, like if you have any additional things in addition to Visual Studio, you can buy something or you can get it free from Visual Studio Marketplace. There are so many extensions there. The other one is also by using .NET command line tools, and editor plugins are available for alternate editors. Like if you want to edit software in the .NET, you can even type in a simple text editor. You can write the code in a simple text editor, and you can compile it and build the application by using .NET command line tools. There are command line tools, but by using that, you can develop that software also. So this is about the .NET tools. And what we need to install to develop .NET applications. The required tools and technologies are Visual Studio 2022 version 17.8. This is the requirements to run Windows .NET 8 applications, the framework. The other one is Visual Code, because Visual Code is better to learn C# and HTML and CSS and all these things. And when you are developing, the projects, we can move for the Visual Studio 2022. But while we are doing basic essentials of C#, we can use Visual Code to learn that. And also SQL Server. SQL Server is needed when we develop software and database. Okay. So coding, configure coding environments. To configure the coding environments, if you want to install .NET 8, you can search on the Google .NET 8. You will find this web address. From there, you can install. I don't think you can't do these things, because you can do it, because it's easy nowadays to install these things. If you go and click this link, it will show you the .NET website where you can download it and install that one. The other one is VS Code. You can install this one also. And finally, later on, if optionally, we can do Visual Studio 2020 because we don't need it now. When we do the final project, we can use that one. So the learning C#, the essentials things, we don't need that now. Now we'll see what is C#. C# is a programming language. So .NET is the platform to develop application, but C# is the language we use to develop .NET applications. So why we use C#? Because it's a straightforward language, is not uncomplicated and straightforward language, and also modern. It has modern features and all these things, and also it is an object-oriented language. Then it is type safe. Type safe means we won't make mistakes. When you are using types or data types. So that's why it's very popular these days. So now we'll start to code first line of coding in C#. I will share Visual Studio. Just a minute. I have already installed the Visual Studio. If you have any questions regarding that installing Visual Studio and all these things, you can ask me later. Just a minute. Okay. Before starting this one, if you have any questions regarding the previous introductions and all these things, you can ask me. So I expect more people, but I don't know why they have not joined. But we'll see. If you have any questions, you can chat me, or I will open mic for everyone. You can ask me. Yeah, anything if you want to ask, you can ask me. Okay, if you don't have anything to ask, so I'll start to move the first lessons of C#. Okay. Right. Actually, this is the Visual Code working interface, working phase interface. So we are calling this the left side space. We call that activity bar. Activity bar. Okay. And this is the menu bar and all these things. To develop, to start with C# application on Visual Studio Code, we have to add at least 3 extension for C#. So if you install the Visual Studio Code, first thing you have to do is to install Visual Studio Code. Sorry, the extension for C#. So how we can start this one? Here, there's an Explorer icon. This is search and this is debug. You can see the extension. In this extension, you can type C# developer kits. So if you search .NET, the first thing is .NET extension pack, this one. I have already installed this one, so it is there. So you can install this one. If you install this one, it will get ready to start C# on this on Visual Studio Code. The other one is C#. So I will send the video finally. C# developer kits. Sorry, dev kits. This one. This is the official extension for development kits for Microsoft. So you can install this one. It has all the features of .NET C# extensions are there. So you can develop all everything, Visual Studio Code and everything. So you can install this one also, the second extension. And the third extension is IntelliCode for C# developer. So this is also very important to develop. If you have these three, you can easily develop .NET code. So after installing this one, what you do after installing this one, you can develop a simple code. So just now what you are going to do is to open a simple program like what you know already, that Hello World is the normal program everywhere. The first things we learn in the programming lessons. So to start a new program on .NET, we have two options. The one is we can use command prompt. The other one is we can use the terminal on the Visual Studio Code. So if you want to start in the Visual Studio Code, you can see the view here. There is a terminal here. If you click this terminal, you will find if it is small to you, if it's not clear, I'll make it a little big. This is the terminal. So view where you can find a terminal. This is the one. Control inverted or in single quoted. You can click. If you click, that is the shortcut. If you click that, you can find this command prompt, terminal command. So from here, if we know the command prompt command, like changing the drive to E or E, it will move to E drive. You can write CLS to clear the screen. You can type dir command to list command and everything, list the drives and all these things. We can do this. Now, the first things, if you want to create a folder for this one, if you want to create a folder for Visual Studio Code, just you can give the command for that. Let's say md. This md is make directory. Make directory mean make folder in the E drive. We name it. We name this one project 1. If we type this one, it will create project 1 folder. So we use the other command cd project 1. It will move inside the project 1. Okay, this is you can manipulate this one by using the DOS command, the command from command. Now in the Visual Studio Code, VS Code, what we do, if we create the folders, even in the Windows Explorer, we can create the folder and you can select it also like this one. You go to File, select Open Folder, and where you created is in the E drive. So choose E and project 1. If you select this, it will be there. This is the folders we have selected. This is the first thing we have to do it when you create a project. So first thing what we do, we create a project for that one. The other one is we have to create the project now. This is the project folders we have created. Now what we do, we just open the terminal. This is the terminal we have already there. So in this terminal, what we do, just issue a command .NET space. .NET is the command for .NET command. Just type new. New mean new project. Here we can issue, say, let's say, if you type list, it will display list of command. Let's say here, these are the projects we can use here. You can create by using this one. We just say .NET new list. These are the templates it's listing. Say you can create .NET MAUI application. This is the short name MAUI and MAUI Blazor. The Blazor MAUI library. See, everything is there. My resources, Android activity, everything is there. Whatever the projects you think you can create here. React also you can create. Blazor server, Blazor WASM, class library, console, and everything is there. So to learn to learn C#, what we are going to use is console. So I'm going to create console application. So what we do, .NET new console. And if you want to give the name for that project, particular project, if you want to give the name, new name for this one, let's say this is the project one folder, and I want to create a separate name for this one. Let's say a new project or something like that. You just type -n. You can type test project or something. If you type this one, it will create a separate folder for test project and create the project files. Otherwise, if you are not giving any of this option up to .NET new console, what will happen? It will take project one as a project name and it will create. Let's say if I hit enter, what will happen? It's creating a console application on the name of project one. See, the project one is the name for this project. It takes the folder as project name. It's created. See, project. Sorry. This is the CS file. This is the project file. And there is an object explorer. Here you can find. These are the templates. Now, this is a console write line hello world program. Now, if you know already the program, like if you worked on C# before or Java before, you will find some different startup programs, like it will be in the program CS, but it will be in the program CS, and the main method and everything will be there. But actually in this one, they have minimized that unnecessary repeated codes. So what happened after .NET 6, they have omitted program and method, the main method and everything. So it's working here. This is works under main method, but it's in a simple line. In the program CS, it's work. This is the class for this one. Actually, it works. You can see here. This is a link for the console old template. I'll show you. I will share that one also. So this is the new templates, where you see only this line, console.writeLine hello world. It was after .NET 6. Before that one, it will be like this in Java and all these things. It will be like this. There's the application name, the namespace. There's the solution name, and there's a class. Class name is program, and there's a method called main method. Under the main method only, this is there. The console is there. Console WriteLine hello world is there. Now in the new style is this. They have this one, the using system and namespace and everything. They have removed. Actually, it's not removed. They have hidden that one. So unnecessarily, you don't need that for every repeated things they have omitted. So it is in the default project. So we don't need this. This is omitted now in after .NET 6. So to create a software or create an application, just a minute. I will share again the other ones. My sharing has a problem, so I have to change this. Okay. So now this has this screen. In this screen, you can see only a console, write line, hello world. Now to run this program, either you can use this run, start debugging, so it will run. Otherwise, the easiest way is there's a command called .NET. The first thing is you have to save by control. Yes, you can save this command and .NET run. If you type .NET run, it will execute what happened. Sorry, it's .NET run. If you type .NET run, it will show this hello world because we have given the statement here under the right line, hello world. So it's display here. When you write .NET run, what's happening is this is the reader understandable, the English language. We have created this commands. What's happened when you type .NET run? It's compiling this code into a machine language and it's returning back the output. So this is compilation. It's compiled and it informs the processor and it's returning the information. So this way only we just write the code. So for example, in this one, if you see this console write line and all these things, this console is actually a class. I already told you that there are lots of libraries are there in the .NET. So the console is one of the libraries there. So the console is one of the library there. You can find all the commands related to console applications. So all related commands are under this console. This is one of the library in the .NET. So if we want to develop a .NET application for console, you can use this console command. So this will consume the console library and it will work it on. So you can see in the object reference, you can see the not reference. Yeah, I think the project file here. Yeah, the .NET framework itself has this library. So this is the default library. I think it's system library. Yeah, the system. The system has the console library. This is the system. The system is the library where you find the console application, console project. There you find the write line. Write line is the method. Okay, so in the programming terms, like we have a project, we have a solution, we have a project, and there is the classes and there's a method and functions. So solution is main application, like a number. It's like this. If we have collection of statements, we can make methods and functions. So the collection of methods and function produce classes. The classes, number of classes, it makes a project, and number of projects makes solutions. So that depends. It can be increase. It can be more projects, or more single project can be a solution. Also, a single class will also be a project or solution. So that's depending on the situation. We can create these things. So the console is one of the this project where we can find one of a class where we can find the right line on all these things. So you can reference this one. Reference that means you can see this class, because all the classes in Visual Studio, .NET, you can check because this is .NET is open source, and also you can see everything inside the code. So if you want to see the command of this one, let's say how they have created this, just right click, and if you say go to definition, you can find this. This is the way they have created. This is a method in the solution in this one namespace. This is the project system. There's a class here, console. Under the console class, there are so many methods are there. So the one is input redirector, and there's a buffer height, and there are a lot of methods are there. So one of the method is this. One of the method is write line. One of the method is write line. It's in the 1467 line. The write line. Write line is string. We have using string here. String is the text. Text characters mean the strings, string values. So they have created to display string values, this one. Okay, so when you type this one, this will create display string. This is the method. Okay, this is the method that calls everything here and display in the output folders, output area. Also the write line string. There are so many things. There are around 17 write line methods are there. So it display different data types. Write lines, it's the display object. Write line, integer values, and write and ulongs, double, and everything is there. So if you even not only text, you can write numbers also here. For example, if you say 12 plus 15, it will calculate. If you say, and if you issue .NET Run, it will give values, calculation, answers. So this way you can create a simple C# code, and you can get the answers. By doing the practice on exercises, we can learn this C#. The language, the core language, core of .NET is C#. There are many, many things you have to learn. Like we have to learn variables, and we have to learn functions, methods, classes, and all these things. So to learn these things, we have to do some kind of practice. So this is one of the first thing we have to learn is how you can use this what you call Visual Code. Even if you want, you can use Visual Studio. If you have any practice on this Visual Studio, you can do it this one. But that is a heavy program. You need a system requirements. The special. In Windows 10, you need everything to be. The hard disk and the memory size will be there. You can check it on the net. What are the requirements for the Visual Studio and all these things? But this one is a lightweight program. You can practice C#. So this Visual Code is the right application to practice Visual C#, the C# application. So this is one of the method what we are using. From the terminals we are creating this one, but also you can create this in the command prompt. Let's say, for example, I'll share the command prompt. This is my command prompt, for example. I'll create this the command prompt. Let's go to E drive. This is the project one. One is my folder. You can see my class file. Let's say type project, program CS. This is the code there. So by using text editors or anything, I can modify this one. I can run the command here also. For example, if let's say if I want to create a folder, before I want to open Visual Code, VS Code, I just create the project here. Let's say MD make directory project 2. Is there CD project 2, sorry, CD there's nothing's there. So if you want to create a project for C# console, just you can type it here, .NET new console. So this will create .NET project. So now if you see, you can see the program CS and all these things. So if you want to open from here, just you can type code space dot. Code mean is the Visual Code, Visual Studio Code, VS Code. It will open VS Code. The dot is the current project. What is the dot is current project. It will open current project by using Visual Code. This is the way you can open. If you type this one and enter, it will open Visual Code. I don't think you can't see this screen because I have a problem in the sharing. So I will stop and share again for the other screen. This one. See, this is project 2. So automatically it came here. It's a project 2. And CS is there. This way you can use it. View extension terminal. You can see like this. This is the way you can write it. Okay. So just tell me if you have anything or if you have anything to ask, you can ask me now, or you can just send a message or just chat. You can chat it. If you have anything to ask, you can ask me. Is it clear, or should I repeat the things? Or if you have whatever your comments, you can ask me. Anything? Yes, tell me. You can't unmute just a minute. Maybe it's just try now. It's working.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regarding that program, in my one, it's giving that here the console.write time. That's only know that with the hello world.
Yeah.
But uh, in my one, it give the namespace. The pro- the normal structure is given. What may be the reason for that?
Because I mean, if you have .NET, what is the version of using .NET?
No, I use the VS Code. I installed
What
that
about the
3
.NET?
.NET in
Maybe if you are
2009 June
using
most.
.NET 5, that will be in 5 or 6. It will be there in the the
Now,
normal one, the traditional one. If you are using 6, and also check for this one, there is what you call, just a minute. Can you see my Visual Studio? Sorry, the VS Code up. Can you see that? Yeah, this one you can see VS Code. Okay.
yes, I can see.
Here, yeah, here you can see the project file. In the project file, you can see the implicit usings. If it is enabled, you can't see this one. Sometime it will not display. This will not display. If it is disabled, maybe you can. I think it will work. I think it will comes. No, I have to set up in the interface. This one. Sorry, this is enabled. Just a minute. Maybe check with this one. Where the preference is here. The preference you can set. In the setting you can change that one, workspace and all. Application. There's option here. You can find the option here because this will only change that into new things. The classic one, menu visibility. There's option here. You can find.
Oh,
Otherwise, I'll let you know what is the problem here. Normally, if you are installing a new one, it will. If you have a .NET 8 or 8 or 7 or 6, it will come like this.
okay.
Maybe there's some problem there. So
Okay.
this
The
will come
program
like
is
this.
running, no errors, no anything, but the
Yeah, that is no problem because it's just they are hiding. That's all. The
oh,
this one, the namespace and the class name, everything they've hidden. That's all.
oh,
Actually, it's there, but it's hidden. When you see
okay.
these programs here, only consoles, right line only we can see, but it's hidden. Maybe
Okay.
even if it is displays, no matter, it works as
Oh,
usual.
okay.
Okay. Any others? Any questions? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, we can go for the other one. This is normally we just write the coding and everything. You just can practice it and other thing is there you can test this one. You can practice. I will send the practical practice lessons and all these. You can practice with the changing and all these things, and you can run it. Let's say, for example, this is right line. By there's another command is console dot write. There's write also there. You can try this one also. Hello. And hello world. And this also another command, but you can check it this. What is the difference between this? Because if you type run and DOS run or .NET run, you can find the different here. See, the first one is says hello world in a single line, and it moves to the other line is hello world. Let's say, what is the difference here? The first line is it print the hello world and moves to next line. But the second one, we have 2 lines of code here. What happened is hello is printed there. Next to hello, the world is there. What happened? The first one is moving to next line. The second write command is not moving. It's printing next. So this is the difference. This one. You can observe these things and you can learn. So right line is printing and moving to next line. Write is just printing, it not move anywhere. So whatever you type, let's say, for example, let's say, congratulations, something like this. And you type space here. If you say, you wrote your first code, something like this. So what will happen in this one? I just comment this one first. If you write this way, what happened? I'll save it. In a single line, we have 2 lines of code there. One is congratulations. The other one is you wrote your first code, but it's in a single line. It's printed in a single line. Congratulations, you wrote your first code. This is what write is. Write is just printing. It's not moving. It's sending. It's not sending the next line of next line command or anything. The write line is it's write the contents in a line. Thereafter, it moves to the second line. So there are different between the write line and write. The other thing is why we you should know about this double forward slash. The double forward slash is the we call this one is comment. This one double forward slash is a comment. Why we use comment? Why we use comment is because it's a the compilers, when we run the .NET run command, that the run command will compile the source code. Source code in the sense mean that the code, that the coding, the program, what we write in English. The console write and congratulations, all these things are source code or code. Whatever the code you write in English, it will translate it into machine language by using this compilation. So when you type .NET Run, it will compile and change to machine language and produce the output. So what will happen when you issue comments? When you issue a comment, this we call the double forward slash comment. We call that comment. When you use a command, it will not read the comments. The compiler will not read the comments. That's why it's not listing this one. Hello world is not there in the second line of compilation. This one is not working. So if you are using a comment for any command, it will not work. So the first thing is why we use comments. Comments we use it to note down the giving the instruction or the node, not instruction, giving the node for the command or classes or anything, and also it will not compile by the compiler. It will not read by the compiler. So that is the purpose of comment. In the comment, there are three type of comments are there in the C#. There are three type of comments. One is we call single line comment. A single line comment is the one we have given in this earlier. The same is this one also single line comment. This is single line comment. And also there is a multi-line command. Multi-line command start with the forward slash, asterisk, and asterisk with forward slash. Here you can type anything. Multi-line comment. So this is the multi-line comment. Okay. The first one is single line comment. The multi-line comment is this one. You can type anything. The other one is you can anything. You can give any command. The other one is 3 forward slash. You can say summary. This is called XML documentation command. XML documentation command. You can give XML command here. XML command here. We can give XML command here. A summary, you can say this class is, or you can say the XML command, right? You can write XML documentation comment. You can a summary, something like this. This way. So it comes like this. The first one is single line comment. The other one is multi-line comment. You can use also XML documentation commands. This one will create a separate documentation file when we compile. So we can get the compilation when you do the compilation or build a software, it will create a separate documentation file for the command. So if you want that these things, you can use the summary, and there are so many options there for the documentation command. If you want, we can learn later on. So these are the things they are in the comments. So you should know, when you are writing codes, you should know about this thing. The first thing you have to know the difference between write and write line. That is the basic things in the console application. The other thing is the comments. There are three types of comments: is single line comments, multi-line comments, and also XML documentation command. These are the terms you should know. And also you should know what is source code. The source code is the code that we are the commands. The commands are the source code. the lines of commands are source code in the programming terms. These are the key terms in programming languages. Source code is the code that we write in the program that we call the written commands. And the compile is the method that we compile the source code into machine language. The term compile is compile the source code into a machine language so that it produce a machine language code, and it will machine will read and produce the answers for this one, the information. The other things we should know that the program is actually, you should understand, the program is actually, it's like a grammar. The normal language, spoken language, we use grammar to produce any documentation or anything. So similarly in programs, we have syntax. There are certain syntax and commands that will produce a source code. That will produce a source code, and it will work according to the this source code is organized. So this way only we can write the code. Okay. The first syntax means syntax is the rules for writing code. There are many rules are there, something like identifiers. There are in the main thing you have to learn in language. First thing is identifier. And there is modifier, and there is data type, and we have seen the comment, and also variables, very important, variable. Classes or instantiation of classes. Something like this. These are the main basic things you should learn to create a source code. The first one we know the comment. Comment is to display comments and all these things. You can create these things. Comment. The identifier and the modifier and the data type. Let's say, for example, if you want to create variables, the variable in the sense mean the variable is like if you want to allocate a memory, now if, for example, x is equal, for example, int x is equal 5. What it mean by that? This normally in the maths lessons we know that x is equal 5 mean the unknown value is x, and we are assigning 5 for that x. Here in the computer languages, what we are saying, what is the value? Int mean integer values, the whole numbers. Whole number, we are telling the computer that store x a whole number. So if you type int and x is equal 5, it will store the memory, store the value in the x. That means what it mean by this, we are allocating in the memory. We are allocating the memory certain data type storage. It's like a box. We are creating. The computer will create a container to store the integer value that we call the x. We are telling the computer to create a value, create a integer storage to store whole numbers. So that is int x, y. This we call variable declaration. So what we have given here, we can say this is variable declaration. Variable declaration, we are telling to create a container to store integer values. This is integers. This is a variable. So there is a method to create variable. The first thing is to create a variable, we have a modifier. Sorry. Modifier. There will be a data type. Then the identifier. So identifier here, in a simple English term, we can say the identifier is the name of class, name of a variable, name of a method, whatever the names you are giving. Let's say a class, it can be a class name, it can be a method name, it can be a function name, variable name, whatever it is. We say that as an identifier. Identifier is a name of a class, name of a variable, name of anything that we use in the code. Whatever the names we give, that is identifier. For the identifier, there is a rules to create identifier. The first rule is that the identifier, we can't use numbers to start. In the first character of the identifier, it should not be numbers or any symbols. Always the identifier should start with the alphabet characters, the English alphabet characters. It can be A or B or whatever it is, A to up to Z. So alphabet characters. Following that, you can use numeric numbers and underscore only. You can use underscore. Let's say, for example, if I want to create a class, what I say, class car. I'm creating a car. This is the class. I'm creating an object called car. So in this car, this is what we call identifier. So if I'm creating a variable, I say string car name. This is the property here in the car class. I'm creating a property. This is we call variable. And if I want to create a method, what I say, void run. Something like this. So this is the method. You can see the coloring also, in C#, it will give colors for each one. For the class in this my settings, car is a class, so it's given a yellow color. Different themes and everything, it will give a different color, but it will give a different color for class and methods and variable. See, this is the variable, and this is method, and this is class. But everything is, we call that identifier. Car is identifier, car name is identifier, the run is identifier. So, for example, if I say 1, it gives error because you can't use one car. You can't use the name, the code, the name 1 for any class or any name identifier. We can't use 1. You can try here also. You can't use 1. It produces error. And you can't use Here also it will produce error because we can use numeric value to start for identifier. For identifier, you can't use these things. The other one is you can use it this way. Let's say, for example, 0, 1 here. After the first character, let's say C01, it will accept. It will accept as a class. Class 01, it will accept. Even the underscore, it will accept. Something like this. We can give this name. This is acceptable. So the identifier is very important. Identifier, there are certain rules to create identifier. The first character always start with alphabet characters, and you can use numbers after the first characters, and you can use underscore. Other than that, you can't use, after the first character, you can't use question mark, something like this. It will not work. You can't use asterisk. This will not work. You can't use an exclamation mark. It will not work. The symbols also not work. You can't use symbols. And also you can't use keywords. Like keywords, I say class is a keyword. I can't use class. This is wrong way. I can't use void. Say the void is a keyword. I can't use this one as a name because it's a keyword. So the main thing is here, the identifier is the name of a class, name of properties or variable, a name of a function or methods. But there's a rule here. It can be the first character should be what you call first character should be alphabet character. You can't use numeric or you can't use symbol. And also the other characters. After the first character, you can use numbers and underscore. Other than that, you can't use the name. So for the naming is very important. That we call identifier. The name is the identifier. What is here the data type? Data type that we are telling what are the type of data we are going to use for this identifier. Say the car is identified. This is the class type. Data type is class. Here is a car name. Is the name of a car. Data type is string. We say a string. String mean alphabet things, alphabet characters. String. You can use integer also. Integer. Let's say int. We say number of gears. Something like this. So always in C# we have to finish the lines statement with a semicolon. So it should you should follow these things. So int is data type. Here the void is data type. All these are data type. So class is a type of identifier. What are the type of identifier? The identifier type. We can say instead of data type, we can say identifier type. We can say type. Only data type is a type of identifier. It can be a class, it can be a data type, or it can be a method or functions. What is modifier? Modifier is the, whether it is a private or is a public or the internal or anything. Let's say if it is a public class, we can say public. We are making this public. Public mean you can use it everywhere in the project. If you are making public class, you can use this car class anywhere in the project. If it is not public, you can't use it other than this program series. So you can make public. You can make private. Normally it's a private. If it is private, you can use within this program CS only. Public, you can use it anywhere. Same way here, you can make this one as public. You can make it this one as a private. Anything. Also, you can use this one as a public. Or you can private. So you can do these things, you know. So this way you can name the identifier. So a type of identifier is a class here. It's public modifier. This is the type of variable that is called, the variable is the name identifier is car name. Type is data type string. Here the modifier is public. In this one is the number of gear, is the name of, this is called identifier, and the data type, and this is modifier private. So this way you can create identifier. So you can create identifier. So there are different type of identifier you can create. You know what is modifier? There is a data. This should be a type of identifier and all this. But there is data. There are data types. There are so many data types are there. We can see later on. Data type is it's what is data type mean? It's like a string, integer, long, Boolean. There are so many type of data types. So data type means it's a kind of you know, a variable is identified by the specific keyword like integer. Integer is a whole number without decimal. We make you know, if you want to store 1 2 3 or 1 2 3 or something like that. There is a double that holds a floating points. Floating point is with the decimal numbers. We can use double. Then use your char, char, char that contains single characters. I'll tell you here. The variable types are, we can use int, we can use double, we can use char. This is for single character. We can use string to store a string. String means text, and also you can use Boolean. For learning a C#, these 5 is enough, but later on you can see what are the other variable types are, data types are there. So these are the basic things to learn: integer, double, char, string, Boolean. But there are so many data types. Why we use data type here? You should know, you should understand why we use data type here. Data type, we use it here to allocate the memory. You know, the integer is having, you know, once you allocate integer data, the identifier, it will allocate some space of memory. If you make it double, it will take some more memory. Char is take us 1 byte of memory. Let's say, for example, if you want to store male or female, yes or no value, then you can use Boolean or char. It takes only 1 byte. Instead of storing 1 byte, if you use string, what will happen? It will take more space. For example, if it is 100 records, that will be okay. If you are having 100 records, if you are storing yes, y in the string, it's okay. But if you are moving, you know, if you are going for more records, there should be a memory management. You have to be careful declaring the variables. It will affect the what you call it will affect the performance of the software. So very important. The right data type should be declared. So that is the very important things in this. So this is the other thing is data type should be in a proper data type should be used for declaring variables. So variable is variable is a changeable things. In the variable, what we call what we can do, you can, let's say for example, I declare variable here is int my number is equal 5. And also my num is equal 10. Now, if I say console, let's say this is, I'll just make comment. I'll make comment this one. Okay, if I run this program, if I run the, I save this, and if I run this program, what will be the answer? There's error. I'll delete this one also because it's not properly declared or anything. Guys, just delete this. Okay. Save this. What will be the answer? It says 20. As 20 is the last value. Why is 20? Why is 20? 20 is the last value. This is variable, When you declare the variable type, we initialize and we declared and we insert the value 5. When we declare the variable, we insert the value 5. Then we insert 10. Then the last we insert 20. This is for the variable. We can do like this, we can create one and we can change the values. That is we call variable. Variable anytime can be changed. But if it is a constant, for example, if I type constant means it's fixed. For example, if we want to use a value in an entire application, we use constant. We are not using variable. So if we say const, this will not work. See, there are two errors. The left-hand side of the assignment must be variable, property or index. So this is not a variable now. This is a constant, local constant. This will not change. So for example, if you are making, let's say when you are developing a software, let's say the interest rate or the discount rate or anything, you can keep it as a constant value. So constant value mean entire application, entire the bill or the entire application to use the same value. If you are using a variable, it sometimes might change. So this is the why we use the constant. If we want to use fixed value, we can use constant. Otherwise, we can use variable. This is the difference between variable and the constant. Constant is fixed value. You can't change later on. But the variable, it is not fixed value. You can change anytime. You can assign any values later on. So that is the difference between variable and the constant. The other things we should know is, let's say, for example, I just create a class, a car. I create property like car name. Car name, something like this. Number of year, something like this. This is a car. This is a type of, this is the object actually in the object-oriented programming. The class we call object. So why we create class actually in the object-oriented programming? We use class as an object. Why we use create class? It's an object actually. It's an object. We can use it anywhere. What is the benefit of object-oriented programming means? We can use the class anywhere. You can create the class. We can create as object, for example. You have create this class, and whenever you want, you can use that one in a different way. For example, I'm going to use this car as you can inherit this one, or you can use it an object or something like that. Say car, my car is equal new. This means I'm using this object to create this car. I'm using this car object, this car class, this is an object. I'm using this car here to create this one. So this is a new car. Now is a new car. My car is new car. Let's say my car is a new car. Now here, see the car name is string. The number of years is string. So if you type dot, if I want to use this one, car name, we have to make this modifier. We have to change this modifier. Let's say if you say public here, we can use the car name here. Let's say dot car name. Say Fiat, something like this. See, we have created a car object. This is the car class. We create a new car. Then this new car, we have created a new car. Its name is Fiat. This is an empty car. This is called like a skeleton. It's like templates. It does nothing, but by using this one, we have created a new car. Let's say, for example, if you type console, right line, my car dot car name, what will happen? Sorry. There is a non-nullable field. We can see what is the problem, but it's printed here Fiat. This one is printed Fiat because we have assigned the variable, and actually this one is printed here Fiat. The errors here, the warning actually is not an error, it's a warning, because always in a string we have to say that is it a nullable field or non-nullable field. So if we could put question mark here, the errors will go. So we'll say a question mark, the error will be not there. Okay. There's one more error here. Is car name is new, never used. This one. This is never used because we don't use it here. So that's why it's if it is not here. the warning is gone. It's working as a feared because this car is feared. My car is feared now because it's a new object. Now, if I want to create, let's say I create another object, let's say by using a car, our car, say our car. Yes. I have created two type of car. One is my car, and other one is our car. So when you run this command, it will display both Fiat and car. What is Fiat and car? What is car? Sorry, our car dot car names. So it says Fiat and Benz because this is the skeleton. We used to know this is the skeleton. We have created the car object, and this car by using the car object, we are instantiate. We call this the method, the way we said this instantiation. We instantiated. See, this is we instantiated by using this car. We instantiated, and we have created new object by using a car. That new object is my car. So when you are using the car, you can use their object. We can use their property. Let's say if it is a public property only, you can use it here. If it is a private property like this, it's a private. We don't use public. If we are not using public property, we can't use it in the object creations. We can't use it in the object. So this is the difference. If you are using public, we can use it. Let's say, for example, here, if we make this as public, now it's not say my car, only display car name. If I want to display number of gear also, I have to make this one as public. So if we make it public, it will display number of gears. Let's say 4 gears, something like this. Okay. Number of gears, 5, something like this. So this way you can create. So this is the way we create object. The creating object we call instantiation of class. We call this instantiation. So that term also you should know. You should understand the terms of instantiation. Instantiation means creating object from the class. Creating object from the class, we call that instantiation. So you know the terms of programming like variable, constant, and also comments, identifier, modifier, and everything, And I will send you the keywords, also keywords that the terms that is already reserved for commands. So reserved commands are we call the keywords. That keywords you cannot use it as a variable name, or you can't use it as an identifier or anything. So this is the things we should know to start before we starting the deeper into a C# program. So these are the basic things. If you have any questions, I will answer anything. So just tell me, or you can message me anything regarding these things. So I will send this, if you want, I will send this video, and I will send you the lesson, the tutorials. You can practice it. And if you have anything to ask, you can ask me. So this is actually this is the 4 months training program. First lesson, first modules will be essential of C#. So you can the essential of C#. You can have essential of C#, the basic things in the C# language, and we'll learn deeper into this C# lessons, and there will be a web. Yeah, I will give you a recording of this program, these things. I will send you the recording, no issue. And also, this one is essential C# will maybe takes around 3 weeks or 4 weeks. This is the main thing. The main things we will learn from C# patterns and everything we will learn from here. Thereafter, the basics of web application development like HTML and C# as we discussed earlier. And then later on, finally we will learn that we will learn deeper is Blazor. We will explore more on Blazor, and we will explore on more ASP .NET API, web API. That is the one we discuss more. And regarding the payments of these things, it's actually per month we charge 5,000, and you can pay it monthly. And for the next class, we will, it will be on Thursday. Before that, you can pay. I will share my account detail and all these things. I will send this recording, and if you have any other questions, you can ask me. You have asked a question, right? I will tell you. I didn't see this message. Sanjana, yeah. What is the main difference between Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio? Actually, the Visual Studio is the Visual Code is a light version of interface IDE. IDE is interactive development environment. IDE is interactive development environment. You can type the code and you can get the output on the screen. This is we call IDE. And the IDE, the Visual Code is the light one. And also you can use it for any type of application development. And also now the Visual Studio is the complete package. It has everything. Like you can develop any type of application. There are so many resources that is there, and compilation and everything. It's a huge package. Everything is there. You don't need to install. Once you install in the beginning, everything will be there. But in the Visual Code, whenever we want, let's say it's a lightweight edition. Say, for example, if you want to use it for HTML, only HTML extension you have to install it. Then it will work for HTML. If you want to install JavaScript, you can JavaScript. If you want to run Python, you can install Python extension. You can work that one on the Visual Studio Code. But Visual Studio is different. It's a complete application is there. Complete package is there. You can make a big solution. You can make a solution. That's depend. If the computer is not powerful computers, or if you don't have much more memory or space, you can use the Visual Code. And if you have enough memory and all these things, you can use Visual Studio. But anyhow, to develop complete application, Visual Studio is better. because very easy to create a solution. But in Visual Code also we can use it, but it's a little bit complication is there, because we have to create and we have to arrange everything manually. But in the Visual Studio, it will create automatically. You can create things easily. The what you call the dependencies and all these things, we can easily add in Visual Studio. But in the Visual Studio, even to install dependency, we have to install the extension for that one. So that is the difference actually. Both are, and the other thing is Visual Code is open source, completely free. And Visual Studio 2022, there is a paid version and free version. The community version is there. It's a free version you can install. You can use it up to, if you are earning by using Visual Studio, up to 2.5 million, I think, 250,000 US dollar, you can use it. More than, if you are earning more than that, you have to pay for the license. Let's say you have to change it for professional edition or the enterprise edition. So there are 3 flavors of Visual Studio. One is community, the other one is professional, the next one is enterprise. That depends. The free one you can use it, no problem. You can use Visual Studio Code. Otherwise, we can use it so Visual Studio VS Code you can use. Otherwise, Visual Studio community one you can use it. There is no issue. Both are same. It takes same thing, but the environment is something different. It's lightweight and it's heavy. So I think it's enough for today. I will share this notes and everything. So let's see on next class. If you anything, you can message me also in my to my WhatsApp number. No issue. I can answer anytime. See you. Good night.